Hi, it's Tom from Disposal. Today we're going to go through customer lists and how those customer lists kind of impact the advanced customer purchase orders, and then how you use these features to generate customer purchase orders against specific jobs. So if we jump into the paperwork, we can see here we are looking at our make-believe customer, SpeedyFix. And if we kind of scroll down here, so we're in our customer section, scroll down, we have this new section here at the bottom of customer lists. So as we've set this up, every customer will have a department. This is just to set the stage, because most organizations have departments. But then from there, you can add any number of additional customer lists. So on SpeedyFix here, you can see that we have regions, and what we can do is if we scroll up, hit edit, we can add any number here. So we just add new customer list, type in some information. I don't know kind of what other you'd have after this, but let's call it location rather than region, and we could call it seaside. Press enter. We could call it urban. We can call it rural. So you can create any number of these, and then you can save them, and then it means that when you create a job, you can set these customer lists. You can set departments, you can set regions, you can set location. One thing to note is I've called it location there, but I'd kind of always call these a plural. So like departments, like regions, like locations, because then each value becomes a location or a region or a department. Okay, so I'm not going to save that just because I don't need locations in here. But you can, once you've created them, you can delete some. So we can delete Scotland here, but then we can actually just add it back in as well. We can delete all values if we wanted, but once we've created it, we cannot delete a list. This is just kind of to keep with the structure in the background. But once this has been created, they can't be deleted. But because I haven't saved this, I can delete this one here. Also, if you kind of have typed it wrong, you have to delete it and then type a new value in there. Okay, so that's how you create your customer lists. And then what we can do is we can actually add them to different contacts. So if I just jump down to Lucy Walker here. So Lucy Walker is one of our contacts, and she works for SpeedyFix Preston. We can see that here. And because she has been assigned to SpeedyFix, then their information comes up for that area. So we've got departments, she's in servicing, regions, she's in the Northwest. Perfect. If we want to change that, edit that, we can only pick one region or one department. So they can only be in one specific customer list. So we can change this, so we can pick retail or office, or we can pick any other values. But I'm going to stay with servicing here. I'm just going to hit cancel. And what we can also see, if we go to our next person, Dave Potter, who also works at SpeedyFix, he works in retail in the Northwest. So these people work in the same region, but they kind of work in different departments in that region. So with that information, we can kind of go one step further, and we can actually look, we can do the same for drivers. Because you have the ability to add external drivers into paperwork, you can then set customer lists. I'm not going to do this now just because it's exactly the same way as you do with contacts, and the functionality works the same way. Great, cool. So what does that mean? Well, it means that if we go to our if we go to our sale, so we've got our sale here, so SpeedyFix sale. So this is just about skip collection, well, skip delivery and exchange. And what we've done here for this sale is we've created a number of customer purchase orders. So we can go into customer purchase orders here, and we have 4 different customer purchase orders. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is for servicing Northwest November 24. This is for servicing Northwest December 24, retail Northwest, etc., etc. So again, we have these changing purchase order numbers depending on when and whom ordered it. So to do this, very easy, just click add customer purchase order number, add the purchase order number, add its name. Again, names are very useful so the purchase order number is what is delivered to your customer. The name is just maybe how you'll interact with it and see it. We'll show you why this is important in a second. When it's valid from and to, and then because we are in SpeedyFix, these are the customer lists they have. If your customer has different customer lists, then different ones will come up here. So you can pick any department and any region. And with this is you can pick any number, because it might be a case where all of the Northwest get this purchase order, whereas if we're in the Northeast, let's say only like in the Northeast, so let's do it on screen, Northeast, you have to have specific ones. So again, it gives you that flexibility on how customers produce purchase order numbers for you to use. Okay, so we've got our 4 here. This is brilliant. And what we're going to do is we're just going to create a number of jobs for this using some specific dates. So we'll just kind of work through these as we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create another tab here. Perfect. So yeah, we can see another tab's being created, and I'm going to just convert, because this job can be created, we're just going to convert. Because I'm a super admin, I'm just going to jump over the fact that this carrier has failed, because it's not valuable for this tutorial. Okay, that's great. Brilliant. So as you can see here, we've got contacts that we had previously, but now we have customer lists here. Before it was just departments. Now it is your customer list. So because this is SpeedyFix, it has these customer departments. Okay, we got the date. So I'm just going to kind of put some information in here. So we're going to be billed as skip. Brilliant. So let's say that Lucy ordered this skip. So we can just type in Lucy Walker, SpeedyFix. Great. So we pick her here, and then we're automatically populating her customer lists. That's great. And then we are filling in the requested date. So let's say it's today, this November, and it's populated the information here. So that is the customer purchase order number for servicing in the Northwest in November. If we change all this information, so if we change it to December, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If we change this to the December date, let's say 25th December, Christmas Day, we can see that that has changed. So again, it's using dates to find that information. Great, that's functionality we had before. What has changed? Well, what we didn't have before, so first of all, if you click on this, you will get a list that could possibly be the date. So this is Northwest, and it's saying, oh, we've got some options here. So this will show you the purchase order numbers that are available there to use. So we have that functionality. So again, using that name will help you to choose the right purchase order number. Oops. But then actually, if we change to our mate Dave Potter, then the purchase order number has changed again. So we're using these customer lists to populate this information. Great. Okay, and then again, if we change this back into November, the purchase order number changes again. So it uses all the parameters to populate this information. But what happens if we actually, like you wanting to generate this after the job's been created? Well, what we can do, like before, is let's just remove this, and let's just say we're awaiting it, so we're not populating it. And I actually want to get rid of these because I don't want them to be populated against our contact, so they're just going to be blank when we create it. So this is going to be for November. Let's hit create. Okay, so again, this is all going to be held in more info, just like before. So now that we're in more info, we can see that this customer, SpeedyFix, has 2 customer lists, departments, regions. Great. Now, if we populate them after the fact, so this could be from the driver populates this, like as in gets linked up and populates this. This could be a user of the system. This could be a number of ways that this gets joined up. But let's say it was servicing, and let's say it was in Northwest. Cool. So we've just added this now. We're going to hit save on this. And when we change this to finance, it goes through our validator. We actually have a new validator here at the bottom that we've added in. So again, this is customer PO. So if we click on this, it says this job requires a purchase order number, but it is empty. You can select a purchase order number from the list or add a new one. So this is looking at the information and it is pulling up the correct purchase order number. So it is going and looking at that information. So now you can see that that information is available. We can set that and we can set the finance status. If we change this, so we'll just cancel out of this. If we change this, what we can do is we can hit edit. We can change this from servicing to retail. I think Dave is in retail, not office. And we can go back to, I was looking for finance. There we go. And then if we go to purchase order number, which doesn't have one here, we can see that this is now changed. It's using that information. So this is the new advanced customer purchase order number information linked to those customer lists. Have a play. There's lots of different options you can use. Again, that ability to have any number of customer lists does really help you to get some extra information there. If you've got any questions, please don't hesitate to contact us. And thank you very much for your time today. Thank you. Goodbye.